Howdy, howdy, this is Crafty Grinding back again with a video for Marvel Contest of Champions. Today I'm going to talk about how Marvel Contest of Champions integrates with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. As MCOC is part of Marvel Entertainment, they basically coordinate with Marvel Cinematic Universe and Marvel Entertainment to make sure that game content that they have, especially new content that they have, kind of resonates or is related in one way or the other to the latest and greatest coming out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And one of the most recent examples we have of that is with the Thor Ragnarok movie. Now you can see we have the new Gods of the Arena, where there's that whole contest of champions kind of feel that's in the Thor Ragnarok movie. They bring it to life in the Gods of the Arena event missions. They also have the Jeff Goldblum Grandmaster Goldblum Challenge with Jeff Goldblum playing Grandmaster in the movie. And then you even have the Test of Valor, which is another element that's bringing in from the movie. And of course, you have new champions that are related to the movie, just like you have Hela and Thor Ragnarok, both of which are, of course, in the Thor Ragnarok movie. So with but this is nothing unique, nothing new. This is something that MCOC and Kabam has been doing within MCOC for some time now. And while the Thor Ragnarok stuff is fun, and while the new champs are decent, the jury's still out on Hela. We'll learn more as she comes into the game officially here soon. The Thor Ragnarok integration isn't my favorite. So what I figured I'd do is put a quick video together and share my top three. So let's start with number three. Doctor Strange came out about a year ago, November 2016, as the Doctor Strange movie came out. What are some of the things that I really liked? There was two related event missions. One for the month of November, then shortly after that, the Dawn of Darkness with the Sorcerer's Enclave coming out, Dawn of Darkness. But then also related to that, we had Dimensional Rifts, and that was what kind of like we saw later versions of this coming. Like Valor is kind of similar to that, where you actually earn these dimensional rift shards throughout the game and through different parts of the game, and then you can go into these dimensional rifts and then actually try to win awards. And there were some really nice awards, and even in the master side, you could get all the way to like a fully formed 5-star crystal. And then, of course, the champs. This brought us a lot of really good Mystic champs. It's really around the Doctor Strange event where Mystic came out as one of the stronger classes when Mordo was introduced, Doctor Voodoo, and then related to the Dawn of Darkness, you had Hood and Dormammu follow thereafter. And so you got some really good champs already added to the Mystic decent champs with Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange. So then this is really at this point where Mystic came out and kind of stepped out as one of the better classes within the game. My number two, Spider-Man Homecoming. This one came around just a couple months ago, June 2017. It too had two related events. First had the Battle Realm Homecoming, then shortly after that it had the Sinister Foes of Spider-Man, which wasn't directly related to the movie, but kept the general Spider-Man theme coming off of Spider-Man Homecoming. Then you had the Web Slinger Challenge. These were really neat. They were kind of like, just the Jeff Goldblum challenge, just another one that it kind of stacked on it. So kind of just more content surrounding the latest and greatest MCU movie. But here's something that was kind of unique with the Stark assignments, and this really allowed us to go in and play and they had 4 different types, and each one you could go in at different levels and earn crystal shards. Then speaking of crystal shards, they also had a very specific Spider-Verse crystal. So this crystal lets you could save them up, and you had a chance to get a 2, 3, or 4-star of any champ from the Spider-Man universe. And so this was kind of this wasn't necessarily unique. This was done before, and I'll tell you where this was done here shortly. But this was just another way to bring in more content related to the Spider-Man universe and the latest Spider-Man movie. And lastly, of course, you have your champs, and then probably one of the best champs in the game today. This movie brought the Stark Enhanced Spider-Man, which is one of the best tech champions, like I said, in the game. Vulture was a decent champ. Dr. Octopus, though, he's another good tech champ. And then the controversial Green Goblin coming in as tech when a lot thought he should have been brought in science. And I agree, it would have been nice to have a new science champ who's decent. But then again, his power control isn't the best. But anyway, all in all, the champs are decent with Stark Spider-Man really standing out as a great champion. And I alluded to it a little bit before when I talked about a specific type of crystal. But my number one is the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 content that coincided with the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 that came out in May 2017. Of course, you had an event mission, the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 0, which was a decent event mission, but nothing out of the box there, just kind of standard. It too had its own challenge with the Batista challenge, but then which was kind of unique, it had the "Don't Push the Button" event, and this was it sparked a lot of I won't say controversy, but conversation in the community when this first came out, and it was very related to what content within the movie, and so this was a really neat thing. And then for those folks that held out, you got a nicer reward, and the whole message from Rocket saying, "Hey, yeah, you did it, and you got much better rewards than those folks that pushed the button and didn't listen to Rocket." And then, of course, there was a Rocket Scrap and Scrapyard. This was kind of building upon a similar idea of the Dimensional Rift, which then also comes into play a little bit like the Valor. So between those, the Valor of Thor Ragnarok, they're all kind of similar concepts, but again, just a lot of content tying back into the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 release. And then, of course, here's the Guardians of the Galaxy crystals. Before the Spider-Verse crystals, we actually got to see Guardians of the Galaxy crystals the first time this concept came to life within the game. And this is really where, again, you get any 2, 3, or 4 stars of any of the Guardians of the Galaxies. And then, of course, it brought us some new champs, Nebula and Yondu, more tech champs. Yondu, I personally really like. A lot of folks like Nebula, but I think decent champs for sure added to the game. So again, when I come into, at least in my opinion, the top three MCU MCOC integrations are number 3, Doctor Strange, number 2, Spider-Man Homecoming, and number 1, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. So this is my thoughts, though. Would really, I'd like to hear what are yours. If you throw down in the comment section kind of what you're thinking, which ones did you really like? What about Thor Ragnarok? Do you think it's as good as these, or is there another one that stands out to you? We'll have to talk about it in the comment section. But other than that, if you like this video, I really appreciate you clicking that thumbs up button. And if you like this and other videos I have on the channel, we really appreciate a subscribe. Other than that, thanks a lot for stopping by and have a great day.